Hello everybody! So today we're going to be building a cave spider based XP farm. That means we're going to be taking 1, 2, 3 cave spider spawners and funneling them all together into one super efficient XP farming room. I have no idea how it's going to look. I have no idea how it's going to work. But I guess we'll head down into the mines and see what happens. First things first, I want to be cleaning out this entire area, making a little bit of space for me to build in, but also I want to make sure that I can find the place where I can see all 3 spawners from the same spot. Okay, so there's 1, there's 2, and down there is 3. So the third one is not really working right now. So what I want to be able to do is to be able to stand in a spot where all 3 spawners do work at the same time. So what's the distance? So the way we look at it is if I'm standing close enough to this one, you can see it's spinning, it has flames, it's working. The second one, I'm too far from it. Let's move a little bit closer. Oh, now it's working too. So we have 1 and 2 working. Next up, the one far down there, we have to find the spot where that one activates as well. Okay, so it activated. 1, 2, and 3 are activated. Perfect. Now let's make sure that we have enough of space to work with. So let's see how far can I move from the first one. So it's still working. Yep, and it stopped now. So you can see it's not a huge area. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll mark out the places. I'll mark out the space where I can actually build the platform. So clearly not working. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So this is a good spot. All 3 working. How about here? Yep. 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 Good. Let's move 1 over. Still working. Nice. Okay, and 1 more over here. Nope, not anymore. So right now, these 3 blocks are what we have to work with. Let's move over here. Nope, the first one stopped. And is this better? Wow, this is actually better. So let's check, wood spot here too. Now, one thing we can try to play with, actually, if I want to move my spawner a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, is we can move with the height. So what I'm thinking is I want to lower this 1 level. So let's just clean this up. 1, 2, 3, stone axes are awesome. Shut up, stone axes are awesome. Let's try again. 1 level lower. Well, look at that magnificent platform. This is going to be our final chamber, our XP farming chamber. And on these oak planks, I can reach any one of those spider spawners to activate them. Now, next up, we could choose which direction we want to funnel them or how we make the killing mechanism. But actually, first, I want to get a little bit of the lay of the land. I want to get a little bit of more of an understanding how it will look like, how big the actual spawning chambers will be. So I'm going to dig out all 3 spawning chambers, pull up some nice basic walls, the floors, and see how much space we actually have to work with and where we actually have the space to live. Okay, let's get to work. Guess what I just found? So yeah, I've been doing those spawning rooms. So we have, here's our middle platform. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. Here's one. Down there, there's a second one, and here's the third one. And I was just mining out this space, just making a little bit more space for the third one. And when I took away this cobblestone, it turns out there's a zombie spawner here. Yep. Seriously. There is a zombie spawner in the way of my triple cave spider spawner. So now what I'm going to have to do is figure out whether I can fit the zombie spawner somehow into this. Whether that would even be useful. I think I would like that. I think I would like that. But maybe I'll just make some sort of a buffet, if you will, of different mobs you can slay here. So I'll do some calculations. I'll see again how far the radius and the area reaches. I'll try not to fall in and die. That would be pretty regrettable. So anyway, yeah, I'll look around and see if we can somehow integrate it, or if I'll just wall it off and use it some other time. There we go. Now we have 3 spawning areas for 3 cave spider spawners. What I like to usually do is somehow mark where the actual spawner is, just for whenever I need to go in and do some repairs, or when I end up mining into the spawning cages, and I just like to know where the spawner is in case I build like way too much. I also made the roofs out of slabs this time, because last time I built a really good spawning area and then a creeper spawned on top of it and fell on top of my head and exploded. So this time all the spawning that's gonna happen is gonna be happening only inside the cages. Now, next thing we're gonna have to do is we're going to have to actually think of a mechanism to get them out of here. So I tried a couple of different things. I discovered many things. So the first thing I discovered is, although it would be pretty cool to just funnel them all into this one little hole, the problem that this has is they all start bumping into each other and they don't actually fit in. So it's like 4 people trying to go through a door at the same time. You could fit one by one, you could fit in a line, but when everyone is trying at the same time, you just end up bunching together and everyone gets stuck. And this is exactly what happened here. So instead, what I'm considering is making basically a classic channel method here. So we're going to be putting water in here. And then when the water is here, it's gonna get some fences. So now what this allows is, from this side, it's gonna push them all into this channel. There's going to be water in this channel. There we go. And I only have 1 bucket, so I'm gonna be just running back and forth. I'm really... Mr. Buckets, yes. So there's one. Oh, actually, no. I can use... It's creating... Yes, it's creating source water, so that's gonna work. So right now what you can see is it's way overflowing because I only had 3 fence gates. I'm gonna go chop some wood, get some more stuff, get all the stuff I need, and then finish building them. So I'm going to send all the spawning spiders into this middle channel, and I'm getting them out from somewhere here. Okay, so that's the easy part. That's the easy part. After that, I guess we're gonna get to the interesting part, huh? We're gonna get to the interesting part. I think this is it. So now we have water streams in all 3 spawning areas. Now the next thing we have to do is figure out how to get them all in a nice way into elevators. Now my main problem, and I kid you not, this is my main problem right now, is that this is 2 blocks. This is even. These are 3 spawning areas. These are odd. I will have to figure out a way how to put them nicely around this. Truly, this is Minecraft's greatest challenge. Ooh, I could do corners. I think I'm gonna try corner. Yeah. Yes, that might be pretty cool. So I get 1, 2, 3 corners. Yes. And then we're still gonna have 1 more for a slaying area. Yes, I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, let's get on with this. And there you have it. This is our finished Cave Spider XP farm. So what we have is of course the killing chamber, and I did have to switch out the walls a little bit because the little buggers like climbing up the walls. So what we did instead was put some upside down stairs, so they climb like all the way to the ledge and then they can't keep climbing. So that's a good way to stop them from climbing out of here. We have to use a trapdoor because cave spiders are actually smaller than a slab, which means they could otherwise get through from in between here. But apparently 1 trapdoor is perfectly fine enough because they're too wide to get from the edges. And what we have here, the most important feature of this whole awesome thing, is the elevators. Yes. Yes, now for every other mob you would have to build a water elevator. They would have to either go take a bubble elevator with soul sand or signs and water and have to climb themselves. But spiders, luckily, they just like climbing. So we have the spawning chamber, which funnels them through the pipes here into the glass elevators, pushes them up, and then the water pushes them all the way here, which is a good place for me to smash them. Now, this is not the most direct version of this farm. I know there are ways for the cave spiders just to pop in here, but this is by far the coolest one I've ever seen. So I can see 1, this spawner is working, 2, this one is working, and is there someone coming from 31 as well? Anyone? Well, it seems like this one is on vacation right now, and that's also good to know. But yeah, this is the main thing I wanted to see here. I wanted for it to be very, very visual, and to be able to see the spiders going into the system. And yes, the end, well, the end is always the same. I get lots and lots of experience, and here in the back, if we look in the back, so we have 1, 2, 3 glass elevators and 1 killing chamber, and here in the back we have the droppers out of the killing chamber, which gather string, spider eyes, and cave spider heads, of course. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. Perhaps you learned something new. Perhaps you got inspired to make your own builds, your own versions of the farms we see on YouTube every day. Hope to see you again, and until next time.